So Bernie Sanders, we're going through his endorsement speech. Yeah, I said it, his endorsement speech of Hillary Clinton. And he's biting his tongue all the way through. You can see. No, that's not it. But anyway, here we have, there's a little bit more of what he had to say. Because some of it's interesting in a sense that I didn't know Hillary Clinton was for the stuff he's saying she's for. Like he said, she was for the public option. She was for Medicare buy-in at 55 years old. What else? He said a lot of things that I didn't know she was for. So she's for a living wage. If you if you have a minimum wage job, you should be paid at least a living wage. He said she's for that. I didn't know. So here we go. He's got more to say about her. Let's see.
Hillary Clinton believes that we must substantially lower student debt and that we must make public colleges and universities tuition-free for the middle class and working families of this country.
Again, this is a very generous reading of Hillary Clinton's positions, right? Hillary Clinton recently came out. This is a concession to Bernie Sanders. And she said she's for providing tuition-free college to people whose families make less than $85,000 a year, which is not a lot of money, especially if you live in California where a regular house costs $1 million. Two-bedroom house costs $1 million. Two-bedroom, one bath. So, and you're making $85,000. So if you make 86, you should be able to send your kids to college. So that's the idea. So, and it phases in, and by 2022, I think it will pay. She has a plan that she's agreed to because of Bernie Sanders that people making families making $125,000 and less will also qualify for tuition-free college. So that's her plan. It'll be phased in over several years. That's the plan. Whether it be implemented, I don't know. But that's what he's talking about. He just says, make it all tuition-free. There isn't a litmus test. Anybody who wants to go to state college, they go to state college tuition-free. That's his plan. Very easy. His plan for health care, anybody gets sick, you go to the doctor, we pay for it through Medicare for all. It's already, and then we negotiate with the drug companies to get our prices down and blah, blah, blah. Very easy. Whereas Hillary's is like, well, we have state exchange, it's Obamacare, which is very complicated because it takes a lot of back-breaking work and mental gymnastics to have a universal health care system that also fills the pockets of the insurance companies, which is what this does. Okay, so there you go. Here we go. We've got more to say.
This is a major initiative that will revolutionize higher education in this country and improve the lives of so many of our people.
That being said, it is right. He is right. That is a big leap. Hey, if your family makes less than $125,000 a year, check that. Maybe it's $120,000. That you'll be able to go to college tuition free. That's a big deal. That's not a small deal. That is a big deal. It's not what we could do as a country. That's why it kind of drives me crazy, right? It's like we could easily pay for a college education for everybody. You know how much we pay every year to imprison people? By the way, we're the number one in imprisoning our own people, the freest country in the world. We have 5% of the world's population. We imprison 25% of the world's inmates. You know how much that costs us? $80 billion a year. $80 billion a year. You know how much free college would cost for everybody? Roughly $60 to $80 billion a year. So we have no trouble imprisoning our own people, and no matter what it costs, spend it. Nobody ever says, how are you gonna afford that prison? Nobody ever says that. Hey, we're gonna make it tougher for drug dealers and put more in prison. How are you gonna pay for that? Nobody ever says that. But when you say, hey, we're gonna send these kids who are good and they want to work hard and contribute to our economy, we want to send them to college. You know what everybody says? How are you gonna pay for that? But if he said we're gonna send them to prison, they'd be like, sounds good. Nobody ever asks how you're gonna pay for that. So this is a big deal.
All right, here's the information you're looking for. Any student whose family earns $85,000 or less would be eligible at first. The income level would go up $10,000 each year until 2021, when anyone whose family makes $125,000 a year or less would go tuition free. And this is according to CNN Money.
Okay, so there you go. So I was right on. with the numbers. Thank you, Steph, for backing me up on that. So that's her plan. That's the compromised plan from Bernie's plan to Hillary's plan. There's your plan. So if you make $125,000, your family, not you, your family. What if your parents are divorced? Your dad makes $65,000 a year. Your mom makes $65,000 a year, which is not that much money for either of them. And neither of them, they go, I don't have money to send you to college. I don't have it. I'm not going to give it to you. Are you screwed? Let's say your parents make $126,000 a year.
Let's say they have more than just
then?
one kid.
Let's say they have 3 kids and they make $130,000 a year. So that's why it's just make it college tuition is free at public. That's why you should do that. Okay, let's get back to this.
Think of what it will mean. Think of this. When every child in this country, regardless of the income of his or her family, knows that if they study hard, if they take school seriously, yes, they will be able to get a college education and leave school without debt.
Now, that's a big deal. That is a big deal. And so maybe people are like, why is Bernie endorsing her? I gave Bernie money and now he's stabbing me in the back. That's a big deal. These are huge concessions. And if he wasn't in the race, none of this would have happened. Nobody would be talking about this
Nobody
stuff.
would have kept her feet to the fire.
Nobody would be talking about school education, making college tuition free. Nobody would have been holding her feet to the fire on public option or Medicare buy-in, any of this stuff. So it is true that Bernie did win some major concessions. I'm going to give that to him. Okay, and that's it. That's where I ended it. And he still looks very pained. He doesn't look happy. He does not look happy. She doesn't look that happy. She just wants to she wants to like, okay, we got it. We did it. We did it. We got him to endorse.
Yeah, got him to endorse before the convention.
Before the convention. I had to give frickin' free college. Had to get people college.
Well, they had to do something for the young voters, didn't they?
I have to give health care to people just to get fucking Bernie. Hey, that's what it looks like, right? That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Those are compromises Bernie had to get from her. Isn't that hilarious? From a Democrat? And by the way, they're still pro-TPP in the platform.
Boo.
They still can't get lobbyists. They wouldn't put language in the platform that said lobbyists should not be allowed to be regulators. You know, the revolving door of government and private industry. Lobbyists going into government, coming back into lobbying, going back to... They still can't get that out. Anyway, they couldn't get the word occupation into about the Gaza with it. None of that. And we're supposed to be Democrat. That's the whole thing. It's like, if we're going to be lefties, let's be lefties. If we're going to oppose Republicans, let's go ahead and oppose them. Let's go ahead. And if you want to be like them a lot, just go join them and why don't you try to bring the Republican Party to the left instead of trying to drag the Democratic Party to the right? That's what I would suggest to people who are cool with the TPP and the platform. I talked about it before. So Hillary's people on the platform committee, they voted down language that they're for the TPP. And I tweeted up, Hillary supporters must be thrilled. Because that's what they're about. I mean, that's what Hillary Clinton's about. Very corporate friendly. They couldn't get language saying that if you're a corporation and you outsource jobs, we're not going to give you tax benefits anymore, which is corporate welfare for corporations who hurt our own economy and take our jobs and send them overseas. They couldn't get that in the Democratic platform because of Hillary. So it is amazing that the fact that he has to get concessions from the liberal. So there you go. He doesn't seem happy. You know, I can allow myself to feel a little bit better because I didn't know that stuff about the public option. I didn't know that stuff about Medicare buy-in. I didn't know the stuff about health care and tripling our health core. I never even heard of that. So there you go. Half measure better than nothing, I guess. And no, I'm not going to vote for Hillary. No. But I understand what Bernie's doing. It's fine what he's doing. I understand what he's doing. He did win a lot of concessions, and God bless him. He did a lot. People are talking about things they would have never talked about before. I'm more aware of the corruption in government because of what he did this year, and I thought I was. Stuff is jaw-dropping what he shined a light on. Just drop. You know what I'm saying? My jaw's dropping. So it's a victory. It is a victory for Bernie Sanders.
For the people.
And it's not enough for me to support. I can't support a party that's pro-TPP. I can't do that. I can't support a party that's pro-TPP. I can't support a party that's pro-lobbyists in government. I can't support a party like that.
How about fracking?
I can't support a party that's pro-fracking, that won't even in its platform be against fracking. So I'm not voting for Hillary. I understand why Bernie did what he did, but I'm not voting for that. And because I'm a liberal. I'm a real liberal. I'm not a pretend liberal. I'm a real liberal. And I don't vote for the TPP. I don't vote for fracking and then go, hey, maybe we'll do it. I don't do that. That's okay. And that's okay. That's okay that I don't do that. And you know what Hillary Clinton's supposed to do if she thinks she needs my vote? She's supposed to come get it. She's supposed to come get my vote. And go, guess what? I'm against fracking. I go, okay, I'm with you. So that's all she has to do. Say, hey, you know what? You're right, Jimmy. You know how I said I was against the TPP, but then I told everybody on the platform drafting committee to vote it down? To vote for the TPP? Yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore. I actually am going to. We're going to switch it in the platform. That's how you come get my vote. If you really think that you can't beat Donald Trump without my vote, then you come get it. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to come get it. You're not supposed to go, well, I don't care if I don't get elected. No, you're supposed to go get the vote. And you go get the vote by being more liberal. I'm not asking you to come get the vote by selling out your principles, because you already sold out your principles. I'm asking you to come back to your principles.